In from Season 3, Episode 2, When We Go, Tabitha's, Catalina Sandino Moreno, unexpected trip through From's lighthouse portal allows her to learn even more about Victor's, Scott McCord, mother, Miranda, Sarah Booth, and his father, Henry, Robert Joy. Back in the township, Harold Perinos Boyd breaks the news of Tianchen's, Elizabeth Moy, death to the townspeople and, eventually, Kenny, Ricky He, who returns to town with Jim, Ian Bailey, and armfuls of edible vegetables. At Colony House, Donna, Elizabeth Saunders, butchers the now-dead animals that From's monsters let loose, and Fatima's, Pega Ghafouri, pregnancy symptoms worsen. Given From's massive cast of characters, the second episode of the third outing covers a lot of ground and many threads. While from Season 3, Episode 1's reveals were action-packed and harrowing, When We Go takes a somewhat slower, more expository approach. Although viewers may not get the concrete answers they want, it's clear that the show is beginning to really unravel its biggest mysteries. Victor's family, especially his mother, plays a crucial role, not just in unearthing the town's mysteries, but in setting up Tabitha's future. That said, Episode 2 is a promising step forward for From. Tabitha tells Victor's father about the township. Victor's father is ready to turn Tabitha over to the cops until she mentions saving the children. While the first episode of the season divulges the importance of where From's Tabitha ended up, Episode 2 allows her to finally learn more about Victor's family. After discovering the address of Victor's childhood home in his lunchbox, Tabitha runs into Victor's father, Henry. When Henry recognizes the lunchbox as his son's, the premiere ends, and Tabitha, evidently, faints. In Episode 2, Tabitha wakes up on Henry's couch. He levels a gun at her and prompts her to explain how she wound up with Victor's lunchbox. Tabitha decides to tell Henry the truth, no matter how it sounds. In true recap fashion, Tabitha recounts how her family encountered the township's fallen, road-obstructing tree on a cross-country trip. She explains the inescapable nature of the township and even mentions From's monsters, nocturnal creatures that stalk the townspeople at night. Understandably, Henry has a difficult time believing Tabitha's story. To prove she's telling the truth, Tabitha shows him articles online about her family's disappearance. While Henry is confused and intrigued, he says the police are already en route to the house. When Tabitha mentions something about the lighthouse and saving the children, Victor's father's interest is piqued. Henry puts his gun away, dismisses the police, and even makes Tabitha something to eat. Afterward, he brings Tabitha upstairs and shows her the room that once belonged to Victor and his twin sister, Eloise. The bedroom is like an untouched mausoleum. Heartbroken, Henry shares that he reprimanded his children for not cleaning their room the last time he saw them alive. Victor's father then tells Tabitha that she needs to follow him to the basement. Jim and Kenny find healthy crops near the cottages and statues. The pair bring food back to the town and learn about Tianchen's death. In from Season 3's premiere, Jim, Ian Bailey, and Kenny go into the forest to try and find Tabitha. Although Boyd didn't necessarily approve of their jaunt, he gave the two tips on what to look for, explaining that spiderwebs would mark the way to the lighthouse. While Jim and Kenny don't encounter any webs, they do find creepy statues made of rocks, bramble, and sticks. The effigies line a path through the woods to a rundown series of cottages. Although Kenny is agitated, he eventually agrees that they should spend the night in one of the cottages. As the pair wait out the night, Jim relents and agrees to head back to the township in the morning. Although he wants to find Tabitha, he's also well aware that he can't just abandon his children, Julie, Hannah Cherami, and Ethan, Simon Webster. When the sun rises, Jim and Kenny investigate their surroundings and are shocked to find a plethora of healthy vegetables growing all around the cottages. Overjoyed, they bring what they can to the township, which is experiencing a food shortage. Sadly, the excitement is cut short when Boyd shares the news of Tianchen's death.